Namaste. Jagdish here. Welcome back to the conversation. As part of our conversations on Bhagavad Gita for your work table, we are entering episode 12. Episode 12 is going to look into chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita. As said earlier, almost from the 8th chapter onwards, Krishna, in his conversation with Arjuna, is getting into more and more esoteric and complex aspects of language. When I say complex, something that's not clearly visible, something that cannot be examined by our processes of proof-seeking mechanisms that we have in our society and also in our institutions. So this particular chapter, chapter 11, is called as Kshetra Kshetragna Yoga. As has been the case in all the chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the suffix is yoga. Getting into that, understanding it, combining my present state into this new understanding is the yoga. Each chapter is actually an invitation to all of us as readers and people who are seekers to combine themselves into this new realm of understanding. This is also one such invitation. As usually the way we do, let's start examining the chapter etymologically. Kshetra and Kshetragnya. Literally speaking, Kshetra means the field. Kshetragnya is somebody who knows the field. In the first few verses itself in the chapter, Krishna begins to say that Kshetra is the body you are living in. Kshetragna is somebody who knows the body itself. Let's examine it closely. What is actually driving the body? We had seen yesterday the interrelationship between the objects, the senses which sense the objects, and the mind which actually is able to accommodate the senses, and the Atma itself, the Jiva itself, the life itself, which is able to have the mind within it. Similarly here, what actually is driving the body? There are resources in order to drive any machine. Body is also one such. You require fuel, and there should be a mechanism which will convert fuel into energy for your body to run. And there should be some intelligence which is actually driving this process itself. So there is a linear for my expression, there is an interconnection between several aspects that is running the body. To understand this entire process is Kshetragnya. Now we need to examine how we experience life. We experience life at several levels. One is, we experience life in the form of our senses. When we take a bath, we pour water on the body and we sense the water pouring on the body. If I have a pain in the knee, I get the knee pain. I experience the taste of something. I experience all these things. That is at one level. At another level, there is also experience that can be termed as happiness, suffering, pain, etc. Relationships, attachments, and courage that I experience sometimes. All these things are at the second aspect of experience of life. At the third aspect is something that we experience but do not actually recognize that as experience. As in, for instance, when we sleep, there are thousands of things happening in the body. Probably a basic EEG or encephalograph would indicate the amount of active things that are going on in the brain. But actually we are not aware of it. So there are a lot of ways in which we experience life. Fundamentally, they can be converted into three important terminologies which I heard from my Guruji. Number one is Deha Bhava. You experience yourself as a body. I have a particular hairstyle right now. I'm wearing my spectacles. I can see that I have a particular structure of my nose and my teeth as a particular denture. There's a quality to my body. I can sense that. Deha Bhava. Deha Bhava is a fundamental way by which we experience that I exist. But it is too gross. We don't experience life only in this gross element. We experience life more in the subtle aspects. That is, pleasant and unpleasant. Something that is pleasant, something that is unpleasant. Sukha and dukkha. We also experience life in terms of craving, a desire for the pleasant experiences and an aversion for the unpleasant ones. That is raga, that is craving, and dvesha. We also experience that in terms of sanghata, mine and not mine. We also experience that as chetana, something that is driving the entire thing. And we also experience that as dhruti, some kind of courage that is driving my life. which doesn't allow me to end life. Now, what actually is life itself is actually explained in different forms in this chapter. When you look at an organization, when you look at your work table, what really is actually happening in your life, you will examine that this is just a body, a framework that you see, but understanding the whole is the only way by which we cause transformation in the area, and also you can cause transformation in yourself. This is a two-way traffic between where you are causing a transformation and to whom you are causing a transformation. We'll keep conversing. Jagdish here. Namaste.